Welcome to the week, everybody. We're going to kick off our week on Going Optimal with a premiere draft of Kaldheim. I checked with chat. War of the Spark is available to draft this week against other humans. It's not the quick draft option. It's the additional human draft option, which is great to see that they're adding. We didn't really necessarily have these mid-set alternatives with human drafts. They would rotate the quick draft, right? But they haven't been necessarily providing rotating extra draft at all times, but it probably means a couple things. We've hit the point in the Kaldheim set cycle where interest in Kaldheim is waning. So they probably are on the one hand at Wizards seeing the Kaldheim queues starting to seriously dip. But the overall population of MTGArena is high enough that they can introduce another queue without destroying the queue health of the existing queues. That's a big deal. When you start to get an audience size that allows you to expand your options, expand your play opportunities for players without it costing them time, that's a huge win for everybody. So I'm glad to see that. And of course, if you want to have all the options available to you for your tabletop game and use up the time appropriately there, you're going to go to my sponsor, cardkingdom.com. They will get to your stuff in no time. They just turn around the orders really quickly. It's not like they ship them themselves. So it's not like they ship fast, but they prepare your shipment quickly. And they have a great relationship with the local post, the office. And so they get a pickup and they just get stuff out the door faster than a lot of other retailers can to begin with. So that's just one of the many pluses of my sponsor. But basically, just remember, if you're a cardboard Magic buyer, and you don't have Card Kingdom on your list, you ought to. Just give them a chance at your business. And the day that you do give them a chance, remember my little old affiliate link that lets them know you got there from here and helps keep me on the air. Won't you do that? Thank you. Appreciate it. And let's go ahead and jump in here. I'm going to pay 1,500 gems, keep letting my gold build up. We are over the amount needed to enter one event in an open on this account. But basically what I'd rather do is decide how much gems should we keep around, and then we should probably convert. We kind of want a half and half split, and 25,000 gold is not half of 31,000 gems. So I should keep using gems for now and balance these scales a bit, given that we've seen reasons to enter events with one or the other depending on the value proposition offered by Wizards. I'm going to hop to the draft view here, of course. This is Premier, so I'm curious what the wait is going to be. I expect it to be pretty quick. There you go. It's not best of three. If we do best of three, I would expect it to be much slower. But also there is this other queue, this War of the Spark human queue, that is eating the audience for this queue, right? But hopefully, they feel the overall player base, the population is such that it can support both of these human pods without making anybody wait too long. And sure enough, we got going pretty fast here. Remember when Arena was nothing but bots and we were still here every day drafting because it was still fun? Because that's how good Magic is. But remember how much better it is without having to draft bots? It's so much better. Quakebringer seems like a fine place to start. And it's a nice pack overall. Strong cards leap out at me here, being Boreal Outrider. Battlefield Raptor is a fine low drop. This will probably go pretty late out of this pack. Packmate is, the second best card here, if it's not the first. I think Quakebringer is doing enough to be worth it, but it's not a 2-for-1. I mean, and then there's just sometimes all you want is, just a 2-for-1. It's amazing to get a card back on a 3/3, but this is doing something pretty unique and build-aroundable, and I think it's worth taking. But you're right, it's not that far off from this. It's got this mythic symbol on it, but power level and limited wise, they're actually pretty close, I would say. But yeah, let's at the very least try out the Mythic, right? Snowland also up there in terms of cards I was interested in there. Now we have a glimpse of the Cosmos. Look at this blue row up here. Augury Raven, Behold. What a blue pack. Glimpse or Behold. Behold might be more... yeah, we can look at Orvar, but I don't remember Orvar being amazing. Let's see, we could try it. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, if it targets one or more other permanents you control, create a token that's a copy of one of those permanents. So you could do that. Like, we could take this and try to pick up the Runamucks, you know, get Wheel of Runamuck. You don't think it's good in... it's a shapeshifter, so it's a giant. You like Glimpse over Behold when we don't know if we're giants yet? I mean, we hope to be giants. This is a giant berserker, but what do you think? What do you think on the Glimpse versus Behold? I think it's one of these three, but I really don't know. Yeah, maybe let's. I don't know. I'll take the Glimpse. This is tough. What a tough pack. What a tough pack. And then now we're looking at, we have a Frostpire. If we just wanted to stick red-blue, this is a fine red-blue land. Path of the World Tree, though, is a card that could easily be part of a Teamer Giants or 5-color Path. Struggle for Skemfar might be the best card here. Yeah, I don't see Frostpire as a reason to stick to these guns. I think we should take the best card in this pack, and I think that's either Path or Struggle. That's what I want to take. And Struggle, a little bit more flexible. Path really wants to be 5-color to leverage its power. It's got a higher ceiling for sure. But Struggle is going to go in every green deck. I suppose this is going to go in every green deck too, but this isn't going to be great except in 5-color. And yeah, red does have... We don't know we're red yet. I took the Path last second. I'm not sure about that. That's a tough one for me. Another tough one. Maya here is an interesting pick at this stage. We could pivot and potentially land in this deck. We have a good World Tree start to green. Brawl. Don't have any snow yet to make this more than a Prey Upon. Prey Upon's okay. Prey Upon's not great, but it's okay. Vandal is a giant for all this stuff. It keeps us on green. But I mean, this is just the most powerful card here, right? It's just that it's double white. Still, it's so early. I'm fine taking... you know, this is the most powerful thing here. Yeah, I hear you, Fenor, but it's early enough that if this is open, I would take this. I've never really seen Maya wheel from this position, like maybe from like pack 1. But pick 4 is really tough for me to imagine that it's going to wheel out of that pack. So we can help out the mana with the Sentinel, but probably just a Rootless U and hope to pick up a 6 power later. Yeah, we take Forest too, I suppose. I don't... Like, nothing here is particularly snowy to me. Yeah, Mirror Lake. I think Mirror Lake is probably the best pick. I somehow miss this land a lot. There's something about Mirror Lake doesn't jump out at me. But I think you're right that I would rather have Mirror Lake than the Forest. Maybe I'm underrating the Forest by a little bit, but this is a great land. And now we're getting some signal-y stuff here. I mean, there's a Snow Spirit, but we're not really close to that. But Bergie here is a big signal, as well as the Mistwalker still being here. But now Bergie, Path, Maya, like, let's see if we can path this up. We'll see. Mistwalker's the safe pick? Maybe. Yeah, I guess Mistwalker is the safe pick, but I'm taking Bergie. Passing a lot of snow, but we'll get back to there. I feel it. And now a Demon Bolt. We got to take the Bolt here again. I'm trying to understand this table, but like, I'm not passing that Bolt. And now we get an Agar. So an Invasion of the Giants is here. All right, Maya, good to know you. Path. I'd like to show you the path to the sideboard. Taking a Hulk here, easy giant. This is an interesting pick. Wow. Probably Snow-Covered Island to start picking up some Snowland over some Marginal, but Run Amok is good. Reinforcements is playable. Should I take the Snow or the Run Amok? I think that's what it comes down to for me. But we have no Snow yet, and we have like Bergstrider. I think we need the Snowland here because I passed a bunch of Snowlands already. It's time. I gotta grown up here instead of man up, grown up, and take the Snowland. Here we could take a Raider, which is like strategic planning, except you get a body. That's an exaggeration, but hey, Cavalry is nice. We are seeing some good picks for us. I think we found our lane at least. That's nice. A Stroke is even playable for us. Although not what we really want to be doing for interaction when we have an Agar. We want to get damage, you know. But we'll take the Stroke over the Vault Robber. Yeah, it's great to get there for sure, right? Certainly says we found our lane. Well, generally with Stroke, you counter whatever you have the opportunity to counter, right? If I play a 4-drop creature and I've got 2 mana and a Stroke up, I'm probably stroking it unless I'm way ahead. Reflection. So we could choose Giant and get double Giants, but that seems too cute. I want Shimmerdrift, Veil, or just the Burgie. Might be Veil, although we're looking to be 2-color, which makes Veil less important. And if Burgie is our only snow, we only need probably three-ish Snowlands, and we'll be okay. Really? You want to try the Reflections? I'm taking the Burgie. Reflection seems interesting, but this is exactly what I want. As opposed to the John Lauk special, the 5-mana do-nothing. Literal 5-mana do-nothing. It's exactly the John Lauk special. Frostpire Arcanist, assuming if we can get a second Glimpse, oh my god. If we can get a second Bolt, great. We don't have a second really anything here, but yeah, Pretender is interesting as well. But I think we have time to make this great. And Pretender would be good, but I want to make the Arcanist great. Second Demon Bolt, pick up a... Oh man, this is an uncommon, so it's a bit of a dream to request one, but it could happen. And I don't know if we can get 2 Beholds, but if one shows up soon here, we'll prioritize it. But if a pack has Demon Bolt Behold at this point, I think we need to take Demon Bolt so that we can double it. Not sure, just thinking that through a little bit. This could be a spot for another Snow Island. There's a Hulk here, but I'd like to try and wheel that. I don't think this is going to be super important to other drafters. Rune of Speed is an option, but again, we do need some snow for our Burgies. So taking one here when there's not much else is fine. GYZ likes Bolt above Behold. I think Luis and Marshall were right that I've not really heard anybody suggest any top 3 commons other than Bolt, Behold, and Packmate as the trio of quote best commons, and people have them in different orders. But I said I couldn't ask for it, but I wasn't going to turn it down if it showed up, and boom, our Arcanist is now insane. Hopefully we wheel a Kinseekers, a Snow-Covered Island, or Invasion of Giants. I hope this Invasion wheels. I don't think it's not even that powerful. even for us. It's just we would play it and be happy, but it's not insane. So it's the type of uncommon saga that can totally wheel if nobody else is in it. This a little rougher, not much here. We can get a run ashore, which can be good in Giants. Just clearing away a couple of blockers when you're attacking with 4/4 plus is nice. Seas is the other one that leaps out at me. Yeah, Fenner says Seas. We're not going to dip into a third color for Frost or Outrider or anything like that. So it's just straightforward ashore or Seas. Yeah, Seas might wheel. I don't think we want to play more than one of either of these, and I think we'll easily be able to get one of both before the end of the draft, or we should. So I'm not too worried about that. King Narfi's Betrayal. This is this worth splashing? I mean, it's like a 2-for-1, right? That's pretty cool. But we get a Snowland. Yeah, we should take the Snowland. I was just checking. If this was amazing, it would be worth potentially splashing for. But we have no splashing tools, and we need the Snowland, so we'll take that. Now I'm feeling pretty good. 3 Snowlands, getting there. A couple more for Bergstrider would be nice, just so that Bergie was just always on. That would be the ideal. We'll see. Helm, not really a Helm deck, so probably a Berserker, even though this isn't really a Berserker deck either. But yeah, we'd throw it in here, sure. Not doing much at that point in the curve right now. Whoa, hey, can I take the pack? I know it's such a cliche to want to take the pack, but when there are 8 cards left and 4 of them are windmill slams to make your deck, it's painful. Beholder Squash. Oh! All right, I'll take the Squash because it really is like 2 mana kill anything for us. But passing a Behold, pick 8 Behold, everybody. Pick 8 a Behold. I don't think this Slumber Mound's going to make it because it needs double green, but what else are we taking? I guess the Longboat, but nah. Yeah, Agar does make the Squash sing a bit, huh? We'll take an Invader. We hope not to play this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take Trickery. I'm going to do some... I mean... I am gem independent. I don't need to rare draft on Arena to do whatever I want on the system, but I'm going to take this just to remind people that you can be, and you should be, taking things like gems over things like Undersea Invader, even in a Giants deck. It's just so replaceable, and you don't even want to be playing that card, right? So Rune of Speed, I don't see it making... Although, if there's equipment we want to play... If we get a hammer and throw this on the hammer or something, that could be fine. Hawk is also there. Yeah. These are the 2 things that I don't really want to play. I ended up taking Rune. I don't really care that I passed the Hawk. There's a Snow Island or Kinseeker's Giant, you know. I guess we can get more Kinseekers. Yeah, we really want these Bergies to be reliable, right? So we're now up to 4 Snowlands with a pack to go. That feels good. Hogging Mob, potentially playable. Not a Giant, but we could consider it. Never playing either of these, even though they're in our colors. Again, I'm liking the colors. Like, we're in the right lane. Nobody's really fighting for us in this lane, although we did not get our Giant Saga back. Yes. And then, on-color Bomb Rare is nice, but passing another Behold to take it. Another Bergie to take it. But, yeah, we're taking Dragonkin. Rewarded for being in this color and getting lucky. We can take a Shimmerdrift Veil here. Helps with fixing and is snow also. Pretty easy Shimmerdrift. Bergie could wheel with the way it's going. I think we'll wheel a Thought Thief from here. All right, now I'm feeling great. We've got 5 Snowlands. These Bergstriders are going to be... It'll be unlucky if they are not active. I think we can take Magda here. Let's see what we've got in terms of dwarves, but I think might have enough. Well, only a couple dwarves, but she kind of works by herself. I mean, she's all right alone, but there is also Run Amok. So Run Amok with stuff like must blocks like Berserker are pretty good. But I think I'm going to take, let's look at Curve as well. I mean, we're doing pretty okay at 2. I'm gonna take the I'm gonna take her. She's not amazing in our deck right now, but I think good enough. Crush the Weak, Avalanche Caller, Bergie, Run Amok, Inga. Boy, another good pack. Yeah, Caller. I think with the 5 snow, we can take the Caller, right? And Bergie, sorry. Barely Caller over Bergie with these lands. I would take more Bergs, but I think that's a Caller spot. And I like Run Amok here over Pilfering Hawk, again, especially with Agar. Block with somebody blocks your giant and you run amok with Agar. Hey, look, we get an Invasion of the Giants if we want it anyway. We could just take a Kinseekers. It is a giant. But I think we just want the invasion. It's good enough. Bloodski Massacre. Solid. But we have a Saw It Coming. Frenzied Raider. I think we just want to Saw It Coming. We can have that up on 3 even if we want. Fenner likes the Raider. I just feel like we're so stacked at 2 and we're not boasting that much. We don't have a Helm. This is not like we're getting big enough that I don't think the Helm is vital to this deck. But yeah, taking another Dwarf seems fine here since we're playing the Magda. And I mean, what else? I guess we could take a Depart. I don't think we need the Raven form. Oh yeah, Shapeshifters are dragons for Berserker. We need to remember that. Thanks for pointing that out, Tron. Well, another rune, which I kind of grabbed. Raider is not a dwarf. This is a dwarf, but not good. Depart or Raider seem like the choices. I think I'm going to go Depart for some interaction since the Raider wasn't a dwarf. Might not run it, but if we don't, I don't think losing the Raider for the option is a big deal. And I'll take Dwarf Berserker over Zombie Rogue for type mattering. Not playing the Trickery, not playing this Rune of Speed, I don't think. Run Amok coming back is nice, though. Yeah, this helps with the aggro plan we have brewing now. Oh, another one. We can take a Helm, though. Are we helming? Thing is, we like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, not a ton of our. Oh shoot! Sorry, I tried to switch to Run Amok. I would rather have another Run Amok, but I took too long on that. Sorry. We'll see. Maybe we want the Helm. I don't know. $40 on the grind. I'm gonna make a note in my spreadsheet here. All right, this is clearly blue-red. We are paying $1,500. We got 40 on the grind. Yeah, I don't like that our only way to make hay with our Arcanist is the glimpse, but oh yes, we have Run Amok too. So Run Amok is okay. I feel better about that then. At least we have 2 Run Amoks as well. So there's 2 things we can get. Cool. I think I want this Saw It Coming, David, but I'm with you on Run Ashore and Helm and Mob. Yeah, I like that. Now we got these 4 Berserkers. Let's push this up to see how this look this way. 15-10 is our current split. Could let Depart the Realm go. I'll cut candidates for me are Disdainful Stroke, Depart the Realm, and I'm not sure I want to cut any of these, but I guess if I did, it would be one of these berserkers. Obviously not all 4, but like a berserker could go. Although we're not that heavy at 3. I mean, this kind of covers our 3s. Yeah, we can cut the stroke, and then this is Premier. This could be considered a 16 lander. We are topping out at Bergstriders on the curve, so we're not even playing any 7s or anything like that. Is it too slow? I don't... I mean, hard counters, if we were just hyper aggro, maybe, but I think we have a long enough game plan as well that, you know, with Frostpire Arcanist glimpsing multiple times and Bergies and Quakebringers pinging every turn, like, I think we want this. Yeah, and I think we can go 16 and call it a deck. That's fine. Let's try that. Especially given that we have, you know, the glimpse to find. Oh yeah, Mirror Lake obviously coming out. And then we'll do a final land check here. We need red early, but we need blue early. So we basically want a 50-50 with a leaning towards what? Red? Slight leaning towards red. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. I guess this is 9, 9. We need to cut an island then. 7, 8, 9 red, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue. Call it. We had dwarf giants before. Kind of reminds me, actually, this is like the Schwarzenegger DeVito film, so we're going to call this twins. Did you know that Magda, Brazen Outlaw, and Quakebringer were twins? And let's see. Any blingy redemptions? No. Let's go. You can't have tropical islands in a snow setting. We got to have something colder looking than that. Let's just go Theros. They're so pretty. And then we cut one island, right? All right. I'll ask for your predictions. How many times will we win with this deck? Let's hit Battlefield View. Oh, no free memes. I can't believe how unlucky you all are. Here, I feel like I should give you one now. Here, because this never comes up.
Excuse me, is there a Cliff Clove in here?
It's Cliff Clavin, partner, and you're looking at him.
Making your way in the...
Huh. Of course, my 2-color decks show me worst lands. The problem is I need to play 3-color. Then it always gives me Tron for turn 3. I don't know if we can keep this on the strength of a turn 3 Berserker. I'm going to mulligan this. I don't think this does what we needed to do. I like this better. And what are we tossing from it, though? Obviously keeping our Quakebringer, our Cavalry, and our Glimpse and our lands. So it really comes down to Run Amok versus Breakneck. And I think, yeah, I kind of like having the interaction with the Run Amok more than having a Breakneck. So I'm with you. Let's dump the Dwarf. It's fair that you like seeing actual lands. What I like seeing is a just super strong screaming of what color the land produces. That's all I want from any of these lands on Arena. Immediate visual identification of what it can produce if it produces only one color. Yeah, we'll start with the Cav and follow with the Glimpse if we don't find a land naturally. Well, Cav on Cav violence. I could send in our cavalry and use the run amok if they block, and then glimpse the Cosmos if they don't. I really want a glimpse here to find that land, but a run amok to take out either of those creatures would be pretty good here. So I think I should offer. We might take a big smack on a crackback if they don't block, but I'm going to offer. That's kind of what I expected anyway. They're not going to block, and we can glimpse anyway. All right, let's find some land. Quakebringer does have Foretell. Wowie! You might observe that 0 of these cards are land. What do we want to get? Demon Bolt, nice removal. I guess we just got to take Berserker, although the thing is, this is a bomb when you get to 5 mana, and we're nowhere close. But the first striker is good on this board. At least trades with a pumped pup and holds off a Cav. So yeah, we'll take the Berserker. We can cast it and it's good, but sure would like some land here. We can play Raider next and pitch something like Depart looking for a land. CBL might not be on yet. Hold on, let me give it a chance. I think I had a restart. And I haven't done the CBL open yet. I don't think we shuffle. We got Bergstrider's Interaction. Raider probably needs to come down pitching something to look for a land. We just really need to look for land. And oh yeah, Arcanist shuffles. Great point. We do have a shuffle. Probably the Depart here. Although it's interaction that doesn't need attacking. So yeah, maybe we should ditch a Muck as the interaction that requires attacking. Found some land at least. I'm going to send the cavalry as the more valuable creature and be willing to use the Raider to block their cavalry if they send it. But what I'm expecting more is like a 5-drop hasted by the cavalry. No? All right. Well, we'll happily trade Raider for Trick or Cav. Nevermore. I guess Veil on blue coming up. And if we foretell the Depart, we could cast it. But I just like getting our Berserker on. We might draw a land and get to make a dragon next turn. Interesting attack. They must be planning something to defend the Berserker besides the Raven then. Either a new creature that can block it or removal. No way someone just lets a Berserker attack without good blocks when they had good blocks. Just so. All right. Bye, Berserker. We hardly knew you. We could double foretell, setting up Quakebringer and possibly depart next turn. We could even go... if we go... Yeah, I guess that's all we can do here. Are we attacking with Cav? Yeah, we just hold the depart. No need to foretell the depart. That's true. But probably foretell Quakebringer and send in and then see. Maybe even depart the pup if they pump it. We'll see if they do that. Let's attack when we have max mana, though. I'm not going to block with the cavalry, so I'm attacking. We got one of those. Seems like it's better in our deck than theirs, but maybe they have more giants in there we just haven't seen yet. I mean, they're certainly in giant colors. They just haven't found their giants.
Behold! Behold! Whoa! Hell yes, whoa!
Bottom, at least, on the Behold. And by starting with the Behold, we can now pretty easily just depart the Raven and be happy about that move. Hell yeah, whoa. Bergie uses the best, our mana the best. This is the most damage, 5 damage. I guess damage more important than efficiency and mana here, given that we can't double spell the turn after anything. We're on one play per turn anyway, so just calling that out. You know, a great heuristic is to do the thing that uses up all your mana, but the reason you're generally doing that is to give yourself more flexibility later by having used up your right, but there is no flexibility later coming unless we draw something, and so we're going to go with max damage, which is not only the 5 power, but the 2 damage on upkeep. Hey, I forgot that. A total reason to do Quakebringer, we can actually cast Glimpse. That wasn't even in my thoughts, because I forgot that Glimpse was in our yard, but even better. I mean, that was what I was getting to. I was just about to get to the fact that the other reason to do it is that we still can spend all of our mana. That was what I meant to say. Arcanist. Oh, interesting. Like, we can take Arcanist, but we can't get Glimpse because we're exiling it now. That's too bad. But we have a Run-Amok we can get, so we'll take the Arcanist here. Our Arcanist targets are specifically Run-Amok and the Glimpse that we just exiled. And unfortunately that means Run-Amok will be telegraphed, but if we find a land, great. Arcanist, Run-Amok, go. Telegraphed, what you gonna do about it? No snow for Oppo, so we even get our Quakebringer untapped. Also lucky, and we found our land, so, you know, time for, where is it?
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
It's trying to screw me on mana. Not gonna let it do that. Let's see. I like... Yeah, we can play Arcanist, haste it, and send Quake and Arcanist with the Run-Amok. Yeah, they didn't foretell, so what does that mean? What does that mean? Can't be... It's not Demon Bolt. If it's Frostbite, it doesn't matter. Squash. Yeah, maybe it's a Squash. In which case, Squash would be the big disaster, right? Because we go to Run-Amok and they finish this off. So, kind of like... Now this works from the graveyard too, right? So, all right, I'm gonna do this then. And note the pause there. It's, you know, so, well, we could run amok the Arcanist, sure, but bottom line, I might not run amok at all. I think they block the Quakebringer and we accept that. Or if, okay, they're going to do that. Interesting, okay. Okay. Well, they're baiting us into... Yeah, we can just let this happen. We'll trade... I mean, it's a Fearless Pup for an Arcanist, but that's fine. No, I don't think we... Well, this just still reads like... Yeah, it could be Depart. But this is fine. Let's let this happen. I mean, this kills them. They're dead to the Quakebringer if they don't do something. Our presumption is they have a Squash. Or a Depart. Squash and Depart were a concern for us. With this, though, we can just at least foretell it again. Yeah, that's true. It was, I did trade off the onboard giant, so I didn't have the two that I was thinking I would. But we do have Bergstrider to set it up for the turn after. That's alright, but if they get aggro here, we win. Yeah, sorry, Oppo. We're gonna do it this way. Depart still would need to be foretold. Depart is 2 mana if not foretold. Well, they couldn't have gotten our giant, right? They knew that they couldn't get the thing that they had just returned. I got distracted. I didn't even catch what chat thought of our chances. Didn't see the results of the par poll, but I think this deck is pretty good. As is often the case, it has some bottom end that's not your favorite, but this looks great. Wow, this looks great. Let's choose... What do we want on this Veil? Blue, I guess, given the glimpse. I'm going to go blue so that it helps squeeze in a glimpse on one blue later. Yeah, that's what I meant, Alucardio. Our Quakebringer was a giant, so it wouldn't have gotten it. Yeah. You know it. This is for Alucardio.
Oh no, please! I can't read your crazy moon language!
But we actually have a raptor too.
You know what happened with the DRE?
I'm going with Invasion of Giants here on 2. Boy, we only have the 3 mana. Oh, we have 4 mana, so we could actually keep all this if we wanted it. I'm not sure we want the Breakneck, though, in the context of Agar. Definitely dropping the Breakneck. Question is whether we're keeping the Cav, or whether that should go away, too. With the Glimpse, I kind of just want to go find bigger Giants from here. I think I'm going to drop both of these. And I think there's better options for us in the deck. And if we get more land, I'm okay with that too because of the glimpse Agar Sitch. Fine aggro start from Oppo. We're going to show him Agar because we're casting Agar now. Might as well play the Snowland. And we sure hope this dude survives. This is on blue. Had to make a call playing it on turn 1. If I had known we were going to draw more blue, I would have chosen red, but I chose blue because of the glimpse, being able to glimpse and re-glimpse. All right, Agar lives. And we can cast a very cheap Quakebringer. Probably should, I guess. Oh, this is where we don't have the double red. That's probably why someone was asking. So probably we're going to glimpse and squash. I definitely want to squash and draw us a card, right? Probably squash the Raptor even. And I like starting with an attack with Agar and then going from there. You like hold up counter? Yeah, we don't know what they suspended here. That's reasonable too. We could suspend Saw It Coming and hold up squash and counter. I kind of like that. Let's do that. I guess if they have deal 5 to tapped creature, we're sad, but now we have Saw It Coming. That's kind of why we set up this line. We can hard counter or something like that, or we can pick off something at end of turn. I'm not going to kill any of these before they deal us damage this turn, but I'll end of turn squash something if they don't give us something that we want to counter. But we can take 3 rather than rush out the squash here. Doomscar Oracle, so that means they're going to cast a second spell probably, but I can't see countering that. If we want to get that dead, let's just target it that way. This is another place where we're going to say, okay, you can have that. Yeah, Quake stops the life gain eventually. I think we need to hit the Raptors though. We don't have any air defense yet, so even though these are one at a time, I think I want to squash the air. So now we can go Berserker, hold up Saw It Coming, or just drop Quakebringer and say what you got. I fear that what they got, though, is like, a bolt or something. Kind of like Dragon Berserker and then hold up Saw It Coming. And if they attempt to kill the Berserker, we counter that. And if they can't, we get to attack next turn and make a dragon. That then seals the air. So I'm going to go ahead and do that play. And we can leave Agar back on D here. Slightly mana inefficient that we have to, we have a couple of 2 mana spells that we wanted to play, but one more mana we could have played Magda and glimpsed and held up the Saw It Coming, but with something as powerful as Berserker at the ready, we're gonna try and keep that alive. Yep, we could totally glimpse and flash back for 3, but again, I'm in it for holding up the saw it coming right now. But next turn, if we have the same sitch, we could glimpse, flash it back, and hold up saw, if that's what you're talking about. Dwarven Hammer. That's probably worth countering. It's just pesky for the rest of the game. I don't think they have the tools to stop the Berserker, or they would have done it already. So we're going to counter that. Now if they got like a Frostbite, the Berserker could go down, but nope. So they get to trade off straight away for the Berserker, but we get a dragon. So we can just say we're going to spend this turn making a dragon. They're down to 1 card, and Agar plus dragon ought to be pretty good on this board. If they throw... They can just throw Oracle plus anything else in the way, and they've got their trade. So we're trading for 1 creature, and we get a free dragon. Totally worth it. Yeah, you could Quakebringer. I don't want to give them a chance to find removal for the Berserker. Like, this is, you just do this once and you feel so good, right? Like, so really want the Berserker to do its thing while we can. And it's such a great defender, especially with them down to a card in a top deck, that this is a little scary, actually. You know, they could go fetch something that could maybe get them through the dragon, but well, they needed to put 2 toughness in front, or they lose 2 of their creatures, Tron, right? So the Oracle had to be part of the block. And after that, it doesn't matter what, if you think that I'm going to take the Oracle. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play an island. I wanted the island. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I shouldn't have, because I might glimpse, but I'm trying to play promptly 2. Yeah, I guess it's just big dragon attack and play our other 5-drop, right? Eventually we'll glimpse. I just keep trying to find a time to glimpse, but it's never being the right time. Yeah, Agar's not at his best in our deck because we're a little low on targeted burn. We have some like run-amucks and stuff so that our giants can surprisingly do extra damage out of nowhere, but we didn't get quite the density of deal X damage type spells that we would have liked. Yeah, definitely could Magda and Berserker, but I do like getting the Quakebringer down. We have this clock in the air. This adds a clock. It completely blocks the ground and adds additional clock. Let's see what they can come up with here. They need kind of removal aura. I'm expecting the white common removal aura plus a decent piece of equipment here. But removal aura for Agar or Quakebringer leaves them both on the battlefield. Maybe they'll go for the dragon. All right, no removal aura. That's actually pretty good. So the Spectral Steel is, you know, it's going to make something bigger or whatever, but... Four power of First Strike threatens the Quakebringer, but not the dragon. So they're just going for the race, which we can work with. Although that's a lot of damage. I mean, equip the hammer... But let's start with, I think we need to start with a glimpse. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can cast all three of these with the mana we have. Let's start with a glimpse and see if we want to flash it back or not. Run amok. Yes, friend. But Avalanche Caller... I mean, they are in a must-block situation. Yeah, I think Run Amok is correct. Avalanche Caller is tempting, but Run Amok seems better here. And do we have any dwarves? We don't have any dwarves, so playing out Magda ahead of attacking doesn't do much. I like Berserker holding the Run Amok. Let's see. I think it's lethal 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They have 11, 12, 13. They've got a lot of damage back, so it needs to be lethal. I've got 0 hourglasses, so I'm going to trust chat who thinks it's lethal. I wanted to do the math on the ground with the trample and the run amok. I think we have it though, because basically the 5 power in the air puts them at a virtual 7, and I don't know where they're blocking the Quakebringer, but run amucking the Quakebringer is going to be worth another 6, right? So and we'll just do this here. All right. Wait! Wait! Where are my cards? Ugh! Game! I drew 2 cards! Oh, I drew 0 cards because of trample, right? Yeah, trample made it exact. Hammer's like, you get nothing! This is Hammer.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Yeah, we could have put on extra, it's true. I could have controlled the board for like 3 or 4 more turns if I really wanted to. What's this reward about? Must be some win reward. Cool. Take it. I only didn't control the board for a couple more turns because I didn't really see it right away. Oh, Mastery Pass, sure. I think we did buy the Mastery Pass, right? All right, going first with a solid looking hand. Nice keep. Oops, not you. Mountain. We're gonna go cavalry into maybe raider, maybe an invasion, but cavalry on 2 probably, barring an unusual draw. That's a scary card. We don't have a lot of interaction for it either. They're probably going to get start spitting out tokens straight away. So now I kind of want to cast the invasion, digging for something to kill this War Master. Let's start with offering the cavalry straight up. They'll never in a million years take it, but I'm going to offer. Yeah, Glimpse does dig farther, I suppose. Let's Glimpse. I'll do that. Well. More Snow Island, I guess? Sure. Well, good to get those out of the way at least. Scry 2 would have helped, but then we would have just drawn a land anyway, so about the same there. Great start from Oppo. Turn 2 into into Skemfar, into Harold, into another elf. Yep. We got trouble here. We got big, big trouble. With a capital E. And that rhymes with something. So we could go Raider Invasion, and that, like, is the biggest digging. Oh, we just need to dig, so I'm going to go for that. 2 spell, diggin', diggin', diggin'. You like Invasion first? Sure. I guess it was just digging deeper no matter what. I felt like I didn't put a lot of mental effort into the sequencing of those 2 spells, but just felt like there's pros and cons either way. Clearing off the top so that our Scry 2 digs deeper, for example. Trouble is we need Reach Out. We're never going to get in a spot where Run Amok is going to be removal for a War Master, so we just got to keep digging. My feeling is, though, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about that one later. I got to move on, but I didn't think it was a huge decision. Well, not an elf, at least. But here comes one, right? Hmm. 3-2 blocking here would be a 2-for-1. We're gonna take it. The moment's passed. I'm not gonna flood it for now. Besides, we didn't flood because thankfully we scried instead. Effectively, we glimpsed instead. Big trouble here, though. It's taken too long to deal with the War Master, and we're just going to lose to it. I mean, this card, turn 2, in a decently populated elf deck, you either kill it or lose, and we're kind of on the lose side of town right now. We'll show him that, sure. Craven Hulk, yeah, we'll play it and they can at least block. Hey, Glimpse, we get to play too, because I remember that every time when there's a Glimpse to play. Avalanche Caller with 2 Snowlands could be good here. Get us some D. But I don't know if it's enough defense given the continued expectation of elf tokens here. And eventually they get to 7 mana and then wow, then we're just doomed. Nah, of course. This was not a good enough black-green gold card. Let's play the Rare Bomb. Not complaining at all. Our deck is chock full of some good rare cards as well. Just getting rolled by this particular oppo. Boy, I would do it mostly, but I think it's pretty, like, I don't know how we win this. We don't exactly have a lot of catch-up. We don't have sweepers, we just don't have enough to, I guess a Dragon Maker, like, do they have reach? If somehow we could hold the ground, they never make it to 7 mana, and we find a Dragon Maker and just get over with a dragon, that could happen. Really? I mean, I guess it's got a Sarulf. But really, I mean, I've seen a million decks with a War Master and a Herald and some other random elves. This isn't too important to me. It's got a Sarulf. I guess that's what it's got going for a lot of the other elf decks I've seen. So, Avalanche Collar... I could foretell this saw it coming, but this mana threatens a 4/4 hexproof land, so I'm gonna keep up the hard cast saw it coming rather than foretell it. Yeah, I mean, they'll have 7 mana soon enough. I just mean 7 natural mana so that they don't have to tap any of their elves to give up any of their elves for the attack. But it probably doesn't matter. They can spare a few creatures and still get us for plenty. Yeah, I guess they have... is it... Let's see. Energy control. What's making this? Other legendary creatures you control. Got it. Yeah, there you go. So... This is where we die. I guess we make lands and block with our 4/4s. That works. Well, I don't know. House says we're dead for sure, but with the way they're attacking here, I don't know if we are. So if we block like this, why do we lose the land? Let's see. Oh, because of the death touch. Yeah. Death touch is the problem. Okay, so yeah, maybe that does kill us. I forgot the death touch. Maybe we are just dead. Trouble is we can't put like 3 power on them. Yeah. So... 3 power needed in order to kill, but then they kill whatever we block with, which is where Hodge is coming from on the moving on front. But I'll give it one more turn, and we will give up one of these snow lands. I guess we do it like so. I mean, what else do we do? Scoop and move on is Hodge's vote. Which is very similar to Radiant's vote of take it. I'll give it one more draw here. I don't know. I suppose, like, if we find removal for the War Master off the top, maybe there's a prayer here. Probably not, but we'll see. Oh, or we're just dead. Never mind. I was only willing to block with that much. Yeah, sorry. If I was going to block that way, I might as well have just scooped. But it was a moment of relaxation before our next game. I think we know the real answer. Math is for readers.
Oh no, please! I can't read your crazy moon language!
Great start here. I wouldn't mind a little more land, but we can even operate on 2 for a little bit. I'll start with red, though. Yeah, powerful deck, perfect draw, and us with an imperfect draw. We didn't draw any of our tools to manage their 2-drop bomb. I mean, again, we let an elf deck have their turn 2 War Master and did nothing about it all game. You lose that game, like, every time. I'm going to go with Cavalry here, and then land or no land. Next turn we get Magda. Tap Cavalry to give it haste. Attack with it, and we can create 2 treasure next turn, potentially. I don't know, ours are pretty readable, David. Readable is strong. Why attack with Magda? To produce a token. Because we tap twice. This dwarf taps and then this dwarf taps. That's 2! 2! Yeah, we get more damage because of the 3, but you see what I'm doing. I'm on the treasure. And then Berserker, using one of the treasures, says next turn we could even have potentially a dragon on attacks. Yeah, Run Amok looking like it could do some work. Looks like they've got some removal and are deciding which of these is more important to kill. Yeah, just Berserker there. Although if we were going to Berserker... Yeah, I guess we should have Berserker... Yeah, we had 1 land's worth of mana to use. I like the play that didn't use up all our treasure, though, since treasure is... holds over turn to turn. All right. Yeah, that's actually pretty good, because now our Run Amok is just nice. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total mana, meaning we can make a dragon and Run Amok on attacks. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now... they may block Magda and Berserker, so we only get to save 1. Does that matter to us? Do we want to... because we don't get all the... we could just leave the Berserker back, but then we don't get the dragon, which seems like the most important part. Could also squash instead of dragon. I'm going to send in everything, though, on the strength of squash, Run Amok, and then the possibility of dragon making, and then we'll see how they block. Yeah, we could do Breakneck too, but then that takes away the dragon making play. Yeah, we can let Magda go, right, Siriana? If they do the double block that I was talking about, we'll save Berserker and let Magda go, having done excellent work already. And that's an interesting block. They're playing around the Run Amok, but we could go Run Amok Squash here and get them trade 2 for 2 Run Amok Squash for their 2 creatures, and then they'll get a Berserker token, but then they're not. Wait, oh yeah, because of first strike. Yeah, sorry, I forgot first strike. So great. We will put Arnie first, though. Yeah, sorry, my bad. We get to just straight up save it because of the first strike. Unless they have an answer. I also like kind of this doesn't kill the Berserker, although I'd be happy to have it dead as well. All right. We'll use up all our treasure for a dragon. Seems worth it. Nothing gets a dragon on your side like giving it all of your treasure. And our Magda is around for more treasure next turn. Yep, now Boast is cheaper. Tron was pointing out that if we find any of our changelings, it makes the dragon cheaper without even something that has dragon written on it on the battlefield. For 4, pretty big, but we can just squash that. Let's see. What if we play the Quakebringer, attack with everything, and then Squash will be 2 mana, and we'll get the 2 mana from the attack, kill the Berserker. They'll have a 2/2 after, but we can wait till blocks, then kill the 4/4, and then they won't have the 2/2 to block. Trouble is not lethal because it makes another blocker, right? But if we do it after blocks, I like it. Or you can do Berserkers. Yeah, Berserker. Let's see. Maybe you're right. Sorry, I forgot the haste of the Berserker. So if we go Berserker, we might even be able to do it anyway, right? We go this, and then we have 5. We can still do Squash. It's just a 5 mana Squash instead of a 2. So let's do that anyway, because we still have the Squash play. And I can take a look. We have Squash/Dragon here. Now, if we send in, they put this body on our biggest thing, we get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is not 13, but is certainly good enough, right? So I'm going to send in and we'll squash what they block, really. Or we just let it happen and then foretell the Quakebringer or something. A lot of options here. Or make another dragon, for example. That's appealing as well. Kind of puts him in Blood on the Snow or you lose range here. Yeah, so they have to block that. I think we just give them this and then make another dragon. It's a way to advance our board without using up more cards, so that if they do have a sweeper like Blood on the Snow, we don't have to put anything, you know, put a Quakebringer at risk, and we save our squash. Doesn't seem like a Blood on the Snow deck. They have no snow lands, but you would play that just for the sweeper effect, so I'm just kind of playing around that a little bit. It's not going to stop 2 dragons, and now it literally has to be Blood in the Snow, I think. Or I don't know if there's a... I know there's the Crush the Weak, but I don't know if there's a double red rare or something that's... I know there's the Giant Saga, but that's 2 color. 3... Yeah, they can't really... I'm just saying no blocks. I don't know what they could do here. Maybe I'm giving them Gold Vein Pick mana. That just doesn't seem like enough. All right. Good 3-1 start here. All right. If we can avoid bomb 2 drops, we do all right. Siriana, I was editing my video for YouTube and saw a comment that I had missed when we were talking Sanderson the other day. That part of the reason you've put off reading Way of Kings is the length relative to Sanderson's other stuff. I just wanted to say I was the same way. I was like, as someone who tried and failed to get into the Wheel of Time series, I was really intimidated by effectively Sanderson taking that approach, and so, but just take it page by page and you'll get, you'll get over it. Or think of it as, each of the Sanderson books, the big ones are divided up into sub books, like, 4 books or whatever. Think of Way of Kings as the next Sanderson trilogy you're going to read, right? It's a trilogy in one book. All right. Let's see. We're going to keep this. Fine, fine, fine. Wow, that's interesting. You got 6 books into Wheel of Time before you gave up. I got halfway through the first one, so... Yeah, so there's 4 trilogies waiting for you. But don't worry. Worry about the first trilogy. Don't worry about all of the books in the series. Just the next bite in front of you. Don't worry about anything but the next bite in front of you. This is scary. Boros aggro starting with Clarion Spirit, and we're looking at like an Invasion of the Giants on 2, but it's what we got. Let's see what we can dig to help out with what is going to be a very aggressive start from Oppo. And we have our 5 land. Bergie is pretty good. We'll keep Bergie, although, gosh, maybe Bergie isn't enough here. Like, what are we doing on 3? I guess we're countering anything they do the turn after. But, like, they're going to get Clarion Spirit plus presumably a 2-spell next turn. If they 2-spell next turn, Bergie might not be enough, even. But in which case, what are we digging for? Yeah, I guess we got to keep Bergie because of the cheapness from Invasion. That's a good point. I guess Bergie might be enough because of Invasion discount. Fair enough. We'll keep it. But we could be in serious trouble here. If Oppo 2 spells here, we're in big, big trouble. If they only 1 spell, I'll feel much better. Right on East. Hope you're liking that. Just as I said here, like, how screwed are we now, right? We got Boros to everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and show him the Bergie, because I'm gonna be playing it soon. Hodge is all ready to move on. I can't quite do it, Hodge, but you're probably right. We're at least this
is only mostly dead.
All right, so we basically counter anything they do here, although, again, I already said we're pretty much dead if they 2-spelled last turn, and they did. If they 2-spell again this turn, I don't think anything saves us. Yeah, let's not forget, Run Amok is highly touted in the format because if you're on the front foot, it's astoundingly good. On the back foot, it is a dead card. Straight up dead card. Well, I tend not to pray for cards that aren't in my deck, but I suppose we could pray for some sort of benevolent system bug. Oh, what did they like? I got distracted. Oh no, they didn't. They just boasted. They didn't even give me anything to counter, huh? Great. Is there a glimpse in the yard? No. All right, so we're just very, very troubled. There's our glimpse in hand. Yeah, I know, right? I think we're dead, but we can keep the pup down so that it can't threaten up, because they could send in the pup and threat of activation would make it troubled to block, but we can at least threaten Bergstrider on Cleric and Spirit. Kind of want to I hate that we have 2 mountains here because we need 3 blue. It would be nice to have Saw It coming up with Glimpse, where we could glimpse and then counter something. Second Bergie is interesting. We could keep the pup down. They're looking to 2-spell again, it seems. We might want to keep something for one of those spells. Yeah, we could try sending in Bergie, I suppose, but if we do that and they don't block, what is our plan for after combat? What are we playing? If we're playing second Bergie, then yeah, we should send in the first. If they block, we could run them out. They're never blocking, though. They're never blocking in a million years. So then the question is, does the second... I mean, they kept two things on top. I think we need to stay back with both. Yeah, I'm going to go... Glimpse. Oof. Avalanche Collar. Ugh, this isn't great either. I'm gonna do it though. Play this. At least it blocks like a code spell or whatever. I'm gonna stay back. Yeah, if you're into the fantasy genre and you haven't checked out Name of the Wind and Wise Man's Fears yet, those are incredibly high recommendations. Although they're books 1 and 2 of a trilogy, and the third book is 10 years in waiting now or so. I don't know if Rothfuss is ever going to write it. I don't care. Thank you, Pat, for giving us the incredible start to this series. If you're someone who only wants to read something after it's finished, you should wait. But given the nature of things, it looks like you could be waiting until you or Rothfuss dies. So I would just read it and enjoy it. It's, you know. Speaking of what happens, I guess we block here. We can't beat Trick, so I'm going to block here. Yeah, the Rothfuss, I mean, I'm so glad the world has Name of the Wind and Wise Man's Fears. I don't care. Sure, I wish the third book were forthcoming or already here, but am I going to choose the world that doesn't have the first two or the world that has the first two? If I never hear the end of that story, okay. I'm so happy that the beginning of that story is in my life, you know? Yeah, I've bought Name of the Wind a lot because I give it away. I've given away many copies of that book. I think let's move on. We're never winning this. Good game, Oppo. I know, right? Alucardi, I don't know. Well, we've seen some good decks, and we stumbled there a bit. The Elf, I mean, this deck has weakness, right? This deck does not have as much interaction as we'd like, and that lack of interaction cost us one of those games. And then there, Magic was Magic. We stumbled a little bit against Hyper Aggro, and got caught by the Fun Police. We'll just rattle off 4 wins from here. It's all right. Greenborn, I haven't heard of that, Pablo. I'll make a note of it, though. I've got 1 audiobook credit. Somebody give me an awesome audiobook I need to listen to. But it has to be, like, in audiobook, it's especially great because... ... I'll keep this, it's fine. Oh, yeah, you mentioned that, Hat. I'm going to put that on the list. I kind of want... and I think I tried Neuromancer in my youth, you know, like in my 20s. I don't think it really grabbed me, and I haven't really tried again since, so I should really give Neuromancer another try anyway. We're going to go ahead and play the Raider here, pitching one of these mountains. It's like I skipped over Gibson and went straight to, what's his name? Neil Stevenson. We're going to go berserk here, just get our aggro on. Oh yeah, Terry Pratchett is another one on my list. Like, I'm not as well read as you think. I go deep into the handful of authors I like, but I'm not that broadly well read in terms of entertainment reading. And I have friends of mine who are, you know, my old college buddies who are the deepest readers I know. Like, their kids have definitely read more in their life than I have. Like, right? And I get recommendations from them all the time, and they are into the Terry Pratchett is something they have strongly recommended. And I read Good Omens, I guess. The Omens was Pratchett Gaiman, right? All right. I'm gonna go ahead and offer. We can even offer a Breakneck Berserker, but I just like sending both of these and then hulking and whatever. They can spend their turn on getting land if they want, or they can trade off here if they want. I like Hulk here, maxes the mana, and we can Berserker next turn, or we can Stride next turn if they try to leave a blocker back for this mess of creatures. I've read, what's the Ursula K. Le Guin story in which an expedition of women goes to one of the poles? I've read that, but I'm not deep into Ursula K. Yeah, I would take an Ursula K. recommendation for sure. Perspective on sci-fi, the sci-fi series that I've just loved the most in the last 5 or 10 years of reading is Ann Leckie's whatever that's called. I can't remember. What's the name of the Ann Leckie series that I'm talking about? It's great. And I'm not sure I'm pronouncing her last name right, but that's how I read it. Ancillary Justice. The Ancillary series by Ann Leckie. Check it out if you like sci-fi. Okay, so I'm going to send in with the strength of the Run Amok, and then we can foretell the Saw It Coming here. If we find a basic land next turn, we can either Bergstrider or Breakneck with Saw It Coming up. If they just take here, we can try and win. I mean, they have to block. This is a must block. I don't know if they're calculating that or thinking about... I don't know how they decide to not block here. Like, it just seems like a forced block. I've heard rumor of it, Hexstar, but I don't know the details of it yet. Wonder why Oppo blocked with the bigger one, given that like if we had something, we were going to win either way. I don't know. I would have blocked with the smaller one. Maybe they were playing around something I'm not thinking of. Totally possible. Yeah, Gimps, I only co-created it. Marshall is an old friend of mine. I met him when he was about 14 or 15. Young middle school lanky kid. Best friends with my cousin. This looks like a win. This adds a third lethal, so they need 3. They need to stop all 3 of these, which does not seem likely. So that was just straightforward aggro. We played nothing fancy there. I mean, take a look at this board if it gives us a chance. Like, we played a 13th pick 2-drop, an attacking only combat trick, a couple of breakneck berserkers, and a Hulk. Like, nothing we played is like above 7th pick. But you curve out and it's good enough. That's magic for you. All right, nice to get to 4 wins. More wins than losses, no matter what now. Big profit comes with the next win, but the move from 3 to 4 is nice. Move from 2 to 3 is 250 to like 1,000, right? And then 3 to 4 is 1,000 to 1,400. And then if we can go to 5 wins, we go to 1,600 in a straight up profit. All right, looks good. Magda on 2. Agar on 3 if we find a land, or even a Magda token if we don't find land, but hopefully we just find some land. But most likely sequencing something like this. Uh-oh. When I see Colossal Plow in the 4-2 bracket, I actually get legit worried. Like, probably means an Ox is coming up next. Maybe even want to depart the realm if we're really worried about the Ox. I think I'm going to give them a turn, though. They can go ahead and plow, and we'll depart something the turn after if they come up with Ox right now. But you generally don't see these in the high win brackets unless they have the Ox, and they probably have multiple copies of each. Just so. Oh my god, we're gonna get wrecked. Oh, thank god that wasn't the second spell this turn. Well, I don't have the plow meme. Oh wait, here it is.
Mr. Plow!
Oh, Mr. Plow, that's my name. That name again is Mr. Plow.
I forgot I had that one hooked up, actually, to be honest. There's enough that happens to me. So, if we send in the Outlaw, they block with a code spell. We already have Depart the Realm. But if we depart the Ox Plow combo, what are we even doing? And we can do Agar and threaten to block it, but I'll do that for now. We'll see what they want to do here. Yeah, I'm trying to get. I'll make a priority to work that out after my stream today. I'd love to participate. We're getting destroyed, friends. I hate it when 2 bad cards combine to beat me, though. It's really frustrating. This is a bad card. This is a bad card. Together they're good, but they're not good apart. They're just not. It's annoying. And it tilts me a little bit. But we can't really take this, right? 7, we go to 1 if we don't block. So, I mean, Yeah, if you're getting that many, then you're getting it nice and reliable. Surion, like if you have the density of these to make it a consistent turn 3 thing, sure. But people who just run 1 ox and 1 plow, that's bad. It's bad. So now we are going to... we don't need to foretell it. Doesn't do anything to foretell it, really. But I'm going to depart the realm on the bound in gold during combat so we can block the plow. That's our only chance. And they may still pump it, like it could be a 7-4, so this might not even work in that way. It probably doesn't work anyway. But I don't know what else to do. So I guess actually what I have to do is send back the plow itself. Which means I shouldn't have even let it attack, but I was thinking I needed to block. Yeah, well, Pablo, because I was thinking I was going to block with the Agar, and then but then that plan didn't work out, and now I can still live though. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to block the warrior. Oh no, then we're just dead, right? Because 7, yeah, I think we're dead no matter what. We can still block the plow then. We're chumping. This is where our event is going to end, though. Plow and ox. F that. They piled on a lot of other stuff after that that helped as well, though. Although the extra mana from the plow didn't hurt. So unfortunately, even stuck on 3, they got there. Frustrating. I don't know how many copies of each of those you had in your deck, Oppo. I'm going to presume it was 4 of each and you were justified. I don't know. It's frustrating. It's my least favorite feeling in Magic is to lose to combos I don't respect. But I do respect that combo if you have it in density. I just don't respect one of each, you know. But I would say that if Oppo was up in the 4-2 plus bracket, probably not just on one of each. They probably had multiples. That's my guess. But nothing tilts me like bad cards combining to be solid and then beating me. So, boo! But hey, we got near profit. So shut up, Ryan. Enjoy your 4 wins. Yeah, getting mised is my most painful way to lose for sure. But we'll move on. It happens. People put those cards in their decks to draw them together and beat you with them. That's why they were there. I just hate being on the short end of the stick that ran into it. All right. Bye, YouTube buddies. A little salty, but not too bad. It's just fine. We got 4 wins. It was good. I think partly it's just the way we all thought that deck was maybe a little better than 4 wins even. Felt like we totally found the right lane and we're doing all the right things. But you do that and you still run into other people who have magical cards in their deck. And it turns out you can still lose with a good deck. So there you go. Had fun anyway. Thank you for hanging out for the draft and the games. We will catch you at the next draft, YouTube friends.